So some friends and I started up a Dungeons and Dragons game. Our DM, Austin, he's DM'd a few times before and he put the campaign together for us. Also, he's cool with a lot of homebrew content, so you'll find a lot of that. We've got a number of characters: a Dragonborn Warlock, played by Nathan, a Fighter Gunslinger Elf, played by Michael, a Gnome Mystic, played by Joey, a Druid Elf, played by some guy from Florida, and I play an Artificer Rock Gnome named Texagelbrog Hubbleborg. The campaign is set in a world made by the DM that he's used in other campaigns. The setting is fantasy and early steampunk. So at the start of the campaign, a messenger visits all players with a letter from Professor Silvermoon. It's the same messenger for all 5 of us. The elf fighter just takes it and sends him on his way. The Dragonborn is literally blasting down trees, but takes the letter and sends him away. The Artificer is just making stuff around and gives him water and has to sit down and find out that his name is Stephen. And the Druid gives him some good berries and sends him on his way. The Mystic was away for the beginning of the session, but he caught up later. We all meet up at a large port city with tickets for an airship ride to see the Professor. The Fighter's first, even though he is the farthest away. Then the Druid. Next is the Artificer. I took a feat called servocrafting, which lets me create a mechanical familiar whose walking speed was slowing me down. And last was the Dragonborn, who, despite being the closest, took the time to blast down every single tree along the way. Every single tree. Nobody really knows how or when the Mystic got there, but he's there now. Day of departure. Storm clouds overhead. Airship terminal is pretty full, but a goblin alerts the crowd the flight is delayed due to the storm. Everyone but the party leaves. The tickets are one time. We need to get on that flight. We talk to the goblin, and he says he'll take a bribe to let us pass to talk to the captain. The Dragonborn tries sneaking past the goblin, and he begins to hear a buzzing noise, which we never quite find out what it does. The Artificer stays back and sends in his servo-construct, Spot, who looks sort of like a Boston Dynamics robot dog, to scout out the area. The Fighter, seeing the chaos, just grudgingly pays up, and the party is let through. Then we all remember we could have shown our tickets and gotten on board. Our Druid's ticked off, so he takes a good berry and slingshots it into the air towards the goblin before leaving the room. The party boards the airship and we come across the dwarf janitor. His name is Rorik. He points us towards the captain's quarters. It's the only room on the ship. We show him the tickets and we take off towards the city to see the Professor Silvermoon. The goblin boards the ship, eating the good berry that was fired at him earlier. Now our Mystic is starting to screw with the DM, stealing memories from all the NPCs, and learn that the ship we're on now is in fact the same ship they had boarded during a previous campaign. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Our party gets to the lower deck. As we depart, the storm picks up and we hear a song. Harpies. The Artificer's charmed and walks to the upper deck, almost drawn off the side of the ship. Now the ship crew has earplugs, and so it's up to the party to kind of defeat the harpy. The Artificer almost is drawn off the edge until it's grabbed by the Dragonborn. Now it's a long battle back and forth. The Artificer is charmed the whole time. The Dragonborn never ends up hitting anything. The Druid gets knocked out. The Mystic is just making magical weapons and stuff, doing a good amount of damage, but the Fighter deals the final blow. The party rushes to help the Druid. We don't have any healers, so we force feed him his own good berries, and all's good. The Artificer makes a music box attempting to mimic the harpy's song, although unsuccessfully, but still making a proper music box. The next day, crew calls us up, and there are 2 stone statues that weren't there before. The Mystic immediately runs up and tries to push a statue off the edge, successfully. Artificers get a cool gun called the Thunder Cannon, so he trains it on the other gargoyle. Unsurprisingly, they're gargoyles and come to life as the other one flies up from below the ship. A very long fight ensues. Mystic keeps summoning weapons, Fighter hacking and slashing, Artificer releasing high-velocity lead, Dragonborn still missing every single Eldritch blast. The Druid is using Sling, using good berries as ammo. Gets the killing blow with a good berry. We keep a gargoyle and the harpy carcass in the lower deck for some reason. And we can see the city on the horizon, and that's the end of the first session. Thanks to Michael for drawing all the pictures, and to Austin for running the game.